Greetings, Tube Dwellers, and welcome back to the Heart of the Swarm Beta. I'm your host, the Mad Bag, playing on a friend's account. A friend who was given a beta key when I was not. As you can see by my level ups down here, I've played a little bit more Zerg than Terran, but I've played Zerg and Terran quite a bit more than Protoss. I actually really only delved into Protoss for the first time today. I've played a couple just because I've been playing random mostly, but just now started race picking Protoss and played a few games today with them. Did okay, won some, lost some. We're going to take a look at a Heart of the Swarm game though. Now I am ranked Platinum here in the beta. Now take rankings in the beta with a grain of salt because people are doing weird things, trying strange builds, playing with new units they've never used before. Everything's just weird and off. I've played quite a bit of Terran, and so honestly, like the games I've played, I would say sure, I'm ranked Platinum. But of course, whenever I happen to get Protoss, or whenever I race pick Protoss, most Platinums would probably have trouble keeping up with me. So my opponent for this game is going to be Exo Pie Taster. I'm going to cast this from replay. He is a Gold Leaguer, so Platinum to Gold, that's not a big jump, right? Sure, it's not. And this game by no means is a one-sided smash, so we'll jump in and we'll see a couple HotS units used, and see how things go down. Spawning on the map, crap. It's Howling something. I think it's probably Howling Plains. I don't know. I don't perfectly remember these new map names. Confounded map names. Anyway, Exo Pie Taster, bottom left, blue Terran. Top right, the Mad Bag, red Protoss. I should say Andronor, the Mad Bag, red Protoss. So, Protoss versus Terran. Pie Taster's going to start it out with a question. Do you think Widow Mines or Battle Hellions more effective versus Protoss? He's given me a choice. Which one should he go? No, I don't know if that's what he's asking. Uh-oh. Oh, no. There's an SCV. Okay, he caught it. Good deal. Good deal. Right on, Mr. Pie Taster. Good for you. I'm going to respond to his question. Which of the two? I really don't think Mech is great against TOS in general still. And that's true. I really think that Mech has gotten a little bit better. It doesn't have as many weaknesses against Protoss. You can't do mass charge lot against Mech now and just 1A over them. But it still has a lot of weaknesses that TOS can real easily exploit, especially with the Stargate upgrades. I think the Stargate upgrades provide TOS a greater benefit in PvT against Mech specifically than the Mech new units do against Protoss in TVP respectively. So it looks like I am going to do a 1 gate opener here. I've got the gas, everything looking standard. He's going to do a 1 barracks opener. Again with the gas, everything looking standard. Now I am going to come in, I'm going to see gas, I'm going to see barracks, I'm going to see that everything is standard. He is not scouted quite yet, but that's pretty normal. A lot of times Terrans, since their workers have to stay here and build the building, and since they can't get multiple workers real fast the way Zerg can, with Terran especially, it really feels like having to commit workers to building structures is a disadvantage. And so a lot of Protoss, or I'm sorry, a lot of Terran will not scout. They'll push off scout and they'll keep all their workers in their base until as late as possible. And in TVP specifically, the Terran can scout me at will until I get my stalker out anyway. So you'll see that this SCV is coming across the map. My cyber core is closing on halfway done. He'll have plenty of time to dodge in the base, look around at everything, and then dodge out before my stalker can possibly be on the map. Now I have taken a second gas. Now this indicates that I don't necessarily want to tech up. Or, I'm sorry, it indicates that I do want to tech out. It indicates that I don't want to expand very quickly. And without building a single Marine, he's gone straight to Reaper. So, he is also double gassing. Second barracks on the way, so it looks like he's going to be honest. He's going to stick with the Mass Reaper that he just now claimed. And he's going to be getting a lot of gas for it. I love how it shows that worker count. However, 8 on minerals. That is really low. He does have the Mule, which helps. His first Reapers on the map. Now, as of Heart of the Swarm, Reapers have a couple new abilities. They've got, of course, the jetpack still, which lets them get up and down cliffs. Note, however, that the D8 charges have been removed. The charges that allow them to do a lot of damage to buildings very quickly. However, they have a couple of other abilities now, too. Combat Awareness, or I'm sorry, Battlefield Awareness, allows this sight ring to go up cliffs regardless of the Reaper's elevation. So if the Reaper's down here, this sight ring will go up on this cliff, whereas there's no other ground unit that has that advantage. They do still do the same damage, bonus damage to light, 2 different attacks technically, so armor is doubly effective against their damage. The last new thing to the Reapers, combat drugs, which you see in work here now. It makes them regenerate life whenever they're out of combat, and as you can see, it's pretty quick. So boom, he's back up to full health. My Stalker's also back up to full shields. So now he's going to jump down here with 2 Reapers, and since Reapers can heal, he can kind of afford to take that damage. Now, of course, I can too, because shields regenerate. Now, the bad thing about a Reaper opening is that Reapers can't shoot up, and he's not building any Marines right now. So, I have something that is up. I have a mothership core, and it floats. Quick update, I am getting my expansion out now. The mothership core, though, can't be attacked by him. It is pretty weak, it doesn't do a lot of damage, and it dies pretty quick, but if you can't shoot it, then it doesn't die at all. I love this, these graphics on the new physics and everything, like where the Stalker corpse went flying. Blood actually landed in different places. Oh, nice. I'm going to slow his command center down right away. So far, I've gotten 2 SCV kills. I'm gunning for a 3rd, one way or the other. Oh, this is unfortunate. I was paying more attention to that Stalker and keeping him from getting surrounded. I was not necessarily paying attention to my mothership core. Ah, here we go. This is going to be the 3rd. No, this is going to be the 4th worker kill. If I can get it. It looks like the mothership core is still focused. No, I did not get number 4. He's really weak. I did get number 4 there. Can I get a 5th? Oh, the Marines are coming in. I did get a 5th. So, wow, 6 kills on the mothership core. I think that was 4 SCVs and a couple Reapers. Now, he was attacking up here with Reapers, so I went ahead and recalled. I did have a Stalker warped in. Stalkers are really great against Reapers. They just have a little bit better range. They don't take the bonus damage. Stalkers don't do their bonus damage to Reapers because their bonus damage is versus armored. But they're just overall just a really great, really cost-efficient counter, and they move around at the same speed as a Reaper, at least before the Nitro Packs research, which he's not getting anyway, so I don't really have to worry about. Oh, I take that back, which he already got. 3.84, his Reapers are actually way faster than my Stalkers now. Way faster. But they still can't engage the Stalkers directly, so long as I'm in the right place. Oh no, the Widow Mines! Oh, and I'm not watching! Oh god! Oh, 2 Stalkers down. That is huge. It looks like my mothership core is going to scare his Reapers away. But oh my god, he just wiped out 2 Stalkers. I'm going to warp in all sentries. It looks like I went really gas heavy really early. Oh, and here's my tech of choice developing. Double Stargate. What? That doesn't work against Terran. That doesn't work in... Oh my god, that was so close. The mothership core has an ability where it can, for 30 seconds, detect invisible units. And right there I used it just in time. He tried to snipe the mothership core with his Marines, but I just barely kept it alive. Looks like he's going to try to keep the pressure on with this Widow Mine shenaniganery. And I'm just going to have to be a little bit defensive right now. He's got the potential to harass with Reapers. He's got the potential to push my front in. The thing about Widow Mines that's really scary is... Oh, he moved in too far. That was a mistake. The thing about Widow Mines that's really scary from a, fighting the Widow Mines perspective is, from my view, since I can't see this part of the map, he could walk Widow Mines up and plant them, and they'd be invisible. Now, right now, I've got the mothership core, which I can use to detect invisible units, but it doesn't naturally detect invisible units. I have to activate an ability, and it only lasts for 30 seconds. So it's not viable for me to activate that ability and then just start marching across the map with it active. I have to instead march across the map and activate it when I need it, which means that he could have, say, 3 Widow Mines right here. I'm not going to find out about them until they all get a shot off on my army and decimate me, which can be really dangerous. I love the way corpses slide. That's so much better cinematically. And here we see my resources aren't quite matching up for it perfectly. I'm not able to produce off both Stargates at once, but I'm going straight for Tempests. Wow. 4-gate Tempest. Now, I am getting the robotics facility. I absolutely need observers. Like I said, I can't push out with just the mothership core because I can't safely cross the map. Once I have an observer, though, I will be able to safely cross the map, and Tempests will make it especially easy to take out these Widow Mines. Now, I haven't been to the Terran base for a while, so let's get an update. I see 3 extra barracks and an engineering bay, not quite working yet, but, ooh, note that I am also getting +1 air weapons. But that indicates that he wants a biofocus. Matter of fact, he's got 2 engineering bays, so he probably really wants a biofocus. 5 racks altogether. He is getting a reactor on his starport, and he still has the reactor on his factory, so it looks like he might plan on doing some more Widow Mine stuff. And it looks like this is going to be his response to my Stargate, which is a good response. Vikings are still pretty good against Protoss air stuff. Vikings really aren't great against Tempests, though. Tempests can trade pretty effectively just because the Tempest gets shots off while the Viking has to get well within the Tempest range before he gets shots off. Now, Marines are amazing against Tempests, but the Marines have to get up to the Tempest to become amazing. So I can be really annoying and pick things off here. And there's not a whole lot he can do about it if he can't engage me directly. If he has enough forces to just engage me directly and kill me, then it becomes a different story. And it looks like, you know, I didn't really know it in this mission, in this game, but looking back on it in the replay now, seeing this food count, I didn't do that much economic damage to him in the beginning. I think it actually is showing a little bit that Pie Taster is goldish. Maybe he's platinum, maybe even he's diamond, and you know what, I think he's probably not. Just the delay between when he got the engineering bays and then actually started the upgrades. And then just, I don't know, his overall macro. And as I say that, my money's way more out of hand than his. But I'm also doing a type of pressure that I've never had to do before, which is different. Oh my god, look at this shadow. Look at the mothership core shadow. Look at that on the ground. It's like the thick part is shadowed right, the invisible part, or the see-through part, is shadowed more lightly. Oh wow, that's awesome. Oh, he's poking out. Let's see what it's going to be. It's going to be force fields. He is going to try to focus a Tempest, but I'm going to get it away. And the force fields are just, oh my god, they're going to dominate. I don't think any of his Hellions have done anything yet. And, oh, it's a one-sided smash. Okay, so I lied. So I lied. It ended up kind of being a one-sided smash. No, but in my defense, using Widow Mines the way he did, it's a very high-risk, high-reward strategy. So it's either going to work really well, or it's really going to not work well. In my case, it started to work really well. He got 2 Stalkers and had lost nothing for it. And also, you know, came in and got a couple more probes and still didn't lose the Reapers. But by the time I had a response to the Widow Mines, it became a huge liability for him. And I just pushed in. So there's some Tempests used in the mid-game. I'm not totally sure how viable this build is that I did, but it didn't feel bad. The key to it, oddly enough, was the sentry count. I got a lot of gas very early, and sentries coupled with Tempests can keep the Tempests alive. They can keep his army from moving in. Now, if he's doing mech, he might already have Thors, and then the sentries aren't so useful. But as was, you know, him opening Reapers, he's going to have multiple barracks. He's probably going to be going into a biocentric play. I think it made sense, and I think overall it was decent in this game. I guess, I don't know. I'll have to try it more in the future, and we'll have to see how it performs against more equally leveled opponents. As I look at some of the other stats, you know, he had APM real close to mine, so I don't know. Some mixed up decisions. Of course, there was some of that on my side too. I wasn't able to get Tempests out immediately when I was able to build them just because of my money. My economy wasn't balanced perfectly. I shouldn't have quite got these gas as fast as I did. I do need them quickly. I'm glad that I realized that. I need to slow them down a little bit, though. Basically, when this was finished, I got these. I had like 26 workers, and I was saturating both of those, which leaves very few workers on minerals. Alright, let me stop blathering. Let's go take a quick look at the score screen. Howling Peak. Howling Peak is the name of that map, not Howling Plains. Why would it be plains? The whole map is all various different levels. It looks like a peak. Good on you, Blizzard. I'll try to remember that next time. So let's see. This is my Protoss race average so far, and this was that game. So my combat efficiency for the most part has been way better than it was that game. That's kind of an interesting statistic to see. I like all these new stats too. Supply efficiency is pretty high. Protoss is my main race, I would expect so. Overall APM above 200. Score summary. Overall, it wasn't terribly far away. It was a pretty close game. Up until that push, up until Tempests, he couldn't really deal very well with the Tempests. He didn't get the Vikings out quick enough for my timing. The build order is, you can find a lot out in the build order, but you just got to really scrutinize it a lot closer than I'm willing to. Yeah, the army value, this kind of shows the macro difference. Right when I did this push in, I was about 30 food up on him. he hadn't really fielded anything major. He was kind of still putting together the beginnings of his composition when I had a tech of choice on the map and was using it. Now they've got a lot of additional graphs here. Workers created is kind of a neat one. So this shows my second base came up. I think my second base actually came up somewhere right around here, but I started chrono boosting probes pretty heavily. And then you can see the point where I stopped making probes because I was basically saturated up here around 50. It looks like I did trickle a few more in at the end of that. I was probably thinking about taking a third on the back of that timing push I did. Upgrade spending, this probably isn't going to be real applicable to this game. Tech-wise, it looks like his macro was a little invested in tech, a little less invested in units. The resource collection, this is coupled with that worker count we just saw. Yep, shows me a little ahead. Cool, well, there's a little bit more Heart of the Swarm in a match that actually included some Heart of the Swarm units from beginning to end. That's kind of rare. There's a lot of the early game that hasn't really changed in Heart of the Swarm. Terran's the only race, well, I guess Protoss kind of. Terran's the only race that can very quickly get to new units, though. The Battle Hellions, I should say the Hellbats, and then also the Widowmine. They can get to those very quickly in a game, whereas Protoss can get to the Mothership Core kind of quickly, but they can't really get to the Tempest or even to the other Stargate units until they're at least on 2 base. Same with the Zerg, they can't get to their new units until Lair. So there you go. Hopefully I'll have some more in the future. Again, March is when this is coming out, so I will definitely be playing probably just about equal parts Heart of the Swarm and Wings of Liberty, because I still do really like Wings of Liberty. Alright, well, thanks for watching, guys. See you later.